Okay, so um, yeah, this is this has been going. Um, AI hasn't been very helpful today. AI has been kind of a problem. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to figure out a couple of little quirks and bugaboos. Yeah, I said it, bugaboos of my. You know what? Let's go here. CD backend. Oh no. And we'll go back over here. We'll go np or cd front end npm. If you hear my dog barking, that would be my dog going nuts. My wife is home, and she has this tendency to come home and sit in her car. And they know she's outside. They know her car is outside. They heard her come home, and now my dog will just go nuts until she comes in the house. But she will tend to sit outside doing whatever in her car for like 10 minutes. I don't know what the heck she's doing out there, but the dog will bark and go nuts for like 10 minutes. It's like that's her come home and torture the dogs time. I don't know. I don't know what the heck she's doing. But it's poor dogs. They're like, mom's home, 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 mom's home. And yeah, eventually she comes in, and then they calm down. Let's see, what am I doing? Microservices, football manager, fantasy football, and whatever else it wants to come up with. So I've still only got 176 followers on YouTube. It's not particularly great. Don't have that many on Twitch either. I think I got like 199 on Twitch. So it's 199. Yeah, that's the number. That almighty 199. Haven't been able to break the 200 mark, but anyway. So we'll probably go here. I'm gonna. What time is it? 3 o'clock. I don't. 2 hour sessions are pretty long, but who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll do an hour and a stop and a start again. Let's just see if I can get something done. If I get something done, I'll call it and then do something else. That would probably be the best way to go. Pass defense. So run defense. Pass defense and run defense are kind of the same. It's just all right. What is? Oh, it must be that I'm changed the name, so it's run defense. Must be something down here complaining about run. Yep, it's run defense bonus. So that goes here. And I'll probably fix it. I changed it because again I'm trying to line it up to my planned nomenclature, um, which is to say that I want things named correctly. Skills are comparatives, and bonuses are Bonuses are additives, I guess. They they enhance the result for your player. I say they're additives, but the way run defense, it kind of is a counter to run skill or run bonus. A run bonus and run defense bonus are values that add to the end result of tackle versus break tackle. So in other words, if a person is tackled, the bonuses for run defense and pass defense, run defense and run bonus kick in. Run defense bonus and run rushing bonus. Offensive, defensive. Once the tackle is made, the two players will enhance the result. They'll change the result in their favor. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That should put me back on track. So I've been trying to tweak my, trying to line up these skills to what I've got, because you can see here I'm still getting bad numbers down here, and I've been trying to fix them. So you can see a lot of these players, all these guys here they're working correctly. 1,484 players got it. And there's a number of them that have 1,484, but there's a few here, like these ones, that only get, not 1,484. So we're still off a little bit. And it's probably not going to work because I undid some of what AI did because I didn't like. I don't fully understand why certain things have to happen, and I'm not. I think I've got myself in a loop of some kind. Something's happening that's creating a loop. Because what's happening is when I go generate my skills and all of my player pool, I have these min and maxes that get generated by the values that are in the scaling values function, and that's the min and maxes are finding the minimum result for all players and maximum result for all players. And then whatever players don't have stats to build those skills, they get the minimum value, but they don't actually set any of the values. But when other players who do have stats, they can set those values. So they go in and it compares and goes, is this bigger than the max or smaller than the min? If it is, then update those to this value. And in most cases, that's not a problem for the standard setups. But what I think I have is I have some scale values that aren't part of the actual skills. They're like, well, they are, but they're not the values that I care about. So what that means is I have a set number of skills that have end results. So all the skills come back with whatever the value that got calculated. But some of those skills are built off of other scaling factors. For example, in order to generate, let's see if I can think of the skill. I got like 2 or 3 of them, which actually take like 4 results and then scale those results into a range, usually just 0 to 1 or 0 to 2. And then they can have a max value. So if there's like 4 values and they all get scaled into that 0 to 1 or 0 to 2 range, then they can have a max value of like, say there's 4. So if they're all set at 1, 0 to 1, then you add all those together. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it basically gives everybody a value that kind of scales them into this number, and then they all get a new setting. And I think those are my values that are tripping up my scaling process. Because I have it set to say once we run all of the values, run all the skills, check to see if the scales got changed, and if so, run them again. But it runs it 4 times, and really it should only have to run it once. But even at 4, it's hitting the max. which means it keeps running. There's changes happening every time through. And reality is that shouldn't happen. And that wouldn't happen for normal skill values, because skill values come in and they just get the total calculation and then they set it. But because some of these skills are built off of other min-max values, I think that's tripping up my my logic here. So it's making the scales kind of keep changing, and that's causing me consternation. I'll show you. Let's see if I can find one here. I'm pretty sure this is what's tripping everything up. So say, for example, when I go in and call, I don't know, one of these guys. What is, hello, offensive stats, defensive skills. Is it this one? I think, oh, you know what? It's probably one of my special teams and my quarterback skills, I think, are doing it. It would be in the ones that I'm not. All right, so like right here. See, I have the TDs per attempt, interceptions per attempt, and passes defensed per attempt. And each one of those gets scaled, right? So we got 0 to 1. They're all being scaled on 0 to 1. And we got a minimum, get the scale min and get the scale max. And this is where it would set it. But because each of these people who have this value are changing it, it kind of changes how the scaling goes, right? So what I guess what I'm trying to figure out is why this is tripping things up. Because what should happen is everybody who comes in, they have their TDs per attempt, and there's no scaling above that. So it's just TDs per attempt. That's what it is. So that value shouldn't ever change. Okay. Punter. That's so yesterday, man. You got to bring up to the current times. A green apple Sprite, and I don't know, and a dream. My watch is dying. I gotta plug it in. I have a Garmin, and it goes like 4, 5, or 6 days. It used to be like over 7 days it would go, but it's getting old. It's lost some of it. But so there's times when I actually forget to charge it because it's got a pretty long charge life. But anyway, here, so I'm trying to figure out why these scale mins are causing me problems. They shouldn't be changing all the time because TDs and ints and all that stay the same. And it should just set it the once. I'm trying to figure out why. I think the problem would be there's something, the scale values are being whacked. This doesn't make sense that this would be problematic though, because these values aren't built off of scaling at all. I could see that there would be a problem if I had these scales building off of other scales, because then things would get messed up. But building off of fixed values like this, they should get set and then they just stay there. So I don't know why. You know what? I think I may have AI or do it myself, one or the other. Just go in. See how it says, right. All right, so during skill calc, so this scaling changed. I want it to tell me what changed. Then I can kind of see what's going on. Because I have a feeling it shouldn't be Something's changing that shouldn't be changing like it is. Let's go see. I'm going to see if AI can make a change from here. I'm going to let AI do this because it's big. I mean, not big, but it's multi-lines of code. And can you update line 148? To include a list. See, all right, so it knows something's changed. All right, of the items, a list of the items that changed in the scaling values should just be those. It should figure that out. Well, it's not as late for you, man. You're it's only 11:20 for you now. That's earlier than 2 o'clock in the morning. You're a late go to bedder, man. I can't do that during the week. I can't. Sometimes I'll work late till like 11 or 11:30. But see, my body is a sleep 8 hour or 7 to 8 hours. Okay, today I only slept like 6 hours, but generally I'm a 7 to 8 hour sleeper no matter what time I go to bed. So staying up late does nothing for me except throw me out of whack the next day, because I'll sleep 7 or 8 hours. But then I wake up and I'm like, it's so late. I'm behind. I just feel off if I start my new day too late. I have to get started between 5, 6, 7 at the latest. 7, I just feel like things are getting out of whack. If I go to bed at 11 and get up at 7, that's 8 hours. That's nice. But a lot of times I'll get up at 6:30 or something. But it's just tough for me. I like to stay up late because sometimes my brain will really get going, and that's when I'm really productive sometimes at night. But it does kind of throw me off. So I've been trying to go back to bed 10 o'clock or so, just so I get up early enough. Glad I did last night too, because I did not. I got up too early this morning. I woke up at 4. I couldn't sleep. I was like, it wasn't even a matter of can't sleep. I didn't feel like sleeping. My brain was running. I was awake. It was 4 o'clock. I'm like, let's get up. After I laid there for 15 minutes, I said, I'm wasting this time. I could just take a nap later. So I got up, got dressed, went to the gym, did my workout, came home, took a nap, tried, got about 30 minutes. Then I crashed again about 3 hours later, took another 30-minute nap. I feel fine now. I think I'll be good for the rest of the day. But so I still ended up getting my sleep, kinda. I just had to throw in some catch-up time, I guess. It's just easier to try to take a power nap later in the day. All right, so I did put some stuff in here. List me some stuff. 1, 2. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that one and that one. What else did you do? Oh, yeah. And it's creating the list. All right, fine. All right. I still got this player thing. I mean, I guess that's good. I got to see what all's going wonky here, because somebody is messing me up. So I think I fixed the field goal value the missing field goal value. I do have this player thing popping out. I'm not totally sure how thrilled I am by that. But look, it's like this one says Devin Hester is always the one in the middle. It's like Devin Hester keeps changing things. Look, Devin Hester does his thing, change. Devin Hester does his thing, change. Devin Hester does his thing, changed. So whatever is going on with Devin Hester, he's changing stuff. And that's why I'm trying to figure out why that's happening. Oops. All right, so that's supposed to be in the right logs. It's not even supposed to be showing up because, right, and that one says break tackle skill, and this is not. That's rush awareness. So where is this one? Where is this one? Break tackle. That's rush awareness. Is that saved? Yeah. All these are saved. So what the heck? Where's this one at? It just says player. Nope, those are just objects. I don't know where that is. This one? Oh, that could be that one. What is this? Set offensive skills. Create source stats for function parameter. Oh. Okay, so this is the one that everybody's... But Devin Hester is breaking things. It's a long function. What the heck is going on in this function? Oh, this is a test? This is not supposed to be a thing. Tests aren't running right now. What's going on? That's not it. That's a test. It's not going to be in there. And that's break tackle, so it's not there. QB skills, it's not there. Where the heck is this? Fail to decode. Alright. Let's try this again. Maybe I already fixed it and I just haven't ran this. Let's go ahead and run this again. I may have already fixed that, so let's see what's going on. Okay, so yeah, we're not getting all the players again. We are reaching our 4 of 4 way too often here. I'm not sure why we're going through. Why are we looping more than once? That's really weird. Not supposed to be happening. It happened a bunch of times. Plus, scaling values updating. Change yards per rush skill. Run defense bonus. Yards per rush skill. Yards per rush skill is the big troublemaker. Is yards per rush. And this one I also had a run defense skill, but that one only updated the one time, and then everything was good for that one, which is fine. That's what I expect. If one changes, we fix it and then we're good. But this one, that one is not behaving correctly. Now there could have been others, but I don't know. That got hidden in the fact that I have too many things on my output. Where's the function? It's not the function. Oh, it's yard per rush bonus. That's why. Oops. What is that? Yards per rush. Oops, I didn't even put that one in. Silly me. Yards per rush. This RB, or this rushing bonus is applied post tackle as a bonus to the end result. Oh, I know why it's not in here. I don't actually use any, I don't have any control values in this one. That's why it's not in there, but whatever. All right, so it is the yards per rush bonus. This one is recalculating. Where is the scale going on? So we got this guy, yards per rush bonus. That's the only scale. Okay, so something is weird. If it only happens here, it doesn't have anything built into it. Okay, I don't think values updated. I don't think that's updating correctly. Because unless, oh, we have this, but that's not actually a function. All right, something's weird there. That should not be happening. All right, let's use the right logs. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go home. We're gonna say min yards per rush equals. Then we're gonna go if right logs I'll do player, and we're going to say format dot print min yards per rush. All right, so this will at least let me see. This is going to write a bunch of stuff out, but whatever. I got to see what's changing with this. So we're going to go up to here, and we got yards per rush. Yards per rush bonus. We're going to change this to true just for now. I don't want to do all of them. Says that's the one that keeps changing, so I got to see what the heck it's talking about. All right, so it's lying. In fact, why are they all zeros? That's not. Who's getting a 0? Then that's a running back. Why is a running back returning? Well, I mean, that's just the value that's stored in the system. But somehow somebody set it to 0. Who is setting it to 0? That means, dang nabbit, that means I got to do something even more peculiar. All right. We're going to go player name, player position, games played, and we're going to go yards per rush. We're going to go comma, yards per rush, bonus. Now we should have values. Annoying. Somebody set it to 0. Some boogerhead changed it to 0. Or this function, or my yards per rush bonus is not tested correctly because it shouldn't be returning zeros. That's the thing. Ooh, you know what I should do better yet? Let's put a conditional on this. Let's put a conditional on this because I don't really care about the ones that have valid values. I want to see who's actually setting it. Who got this far? If min yards per rush equals 0. This way I don't get a bunch of crap I don't want. This will speed things up a little too. Oh, you know what? I have to, never mind, no. Wait. I should not have less thans. I guess I should do this. I didn't even know that was a thing, but you know what? I think I will. I'm curious if I'm getting people who are less than yards per rush that's less than 0. Who would have a less than 0? Yikes. Is that quarterbacks? Try to run? That could throw things off. That's a really bad running back. I guess a yards per rush could be 0 though, the more I think about it. Because it's a bonus. Some guys won't get a bonus. But I think I do need to minimize this at 0. But that still doesn't explain how it's changing all the time. I definitely have some negatives. Mark Brunell, quarterback, has a negative 0.4. But who first set it to 0? I mean, I guess you have negative 0.4. You do have a range that hits 0. QB, running back, running back. How do running backs? This guy had 14 games. How does he have a minute? Oh, huh? Oh, because I went too far. Okay, never mind. 3, 0. So the first guy in. Wait, how did? All right, something's broken. Because if I pass this in, oh, the minimum is 0. Oh. But if it doesn't exist, the first time someone comes in, it's supposed to set it. So the first call, I think there might be something wrong with my function. Because the first call should be Fred Taylor. Fred Taylor hits it, it's 0. It should be non-existent. You know what? I think I have to do this. I know the problem because it already exists. It's not supposed to exist. Let's go dump it. Refresh. Now we got to go to the scale values. Drop. Scaling values. Now let's see what happens. Then I'll see who the first person is to set it to 0, maybe. Be right back. All right, back. All right, let's see. How'd it run? Oh, is it still running? Oh, there it goes. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. My negatives are not setting it. So it's like my minimum on my scales apparently can go below 0, even though they're not setting it to 0. which is really weird. Dustin Colquitt had a 0. Doesn't got a position. Who's Dustin Colquitt? Is he a running back? I think that might be my problem. Let's go look at my minimum scale value. I think my minimum scale value, there's a lot of guys with low. Low. What would they? These guys are all getting values. I said only show them to me if they're less than or equal to 0. How come it's showing them to me when they're, like, that's not less than or equal to 0. Oh, it's because I put the wrong thing in there. Dang, Norberts. But still, my minimum yards per rush apparently is not dropping below 0. And I'm trying to decide if I want to minimize. If I want to set a min to 0. A min of 0, that they can't be. I'm not going to give people a negative bonus. I mean, you're so bad you lose yards when you get hit. The other quarterbacks are going to often have a negative because not all of them even bother to run, so they run very rarely. But the defense of players that are going to get you are typically going to have stuff values or run defense values that are going to contribute to your losses anyhow. So I don't see making that worse. There's no counter shot. I'm not seeing that as a beneficial. So I think what I'm going to do is put in a min here. Math.min. And we're going to say 0. That should protect against numbers that go below 0. But I guess 0's. It might be part of the problem. Let's see if this fixes it. I hope. No, we're still hitting the recalcs. It's hitting 0, but why is it still showing them as being recalced? I don't understand. All right. Where's the service? Offensive, defensive, tests, skills, service. There it is. And then we gotta bring this back down here. Something is still wonky here, but length changed. See, it is going by timestamp. What? Why is it updating? I guess that's what I don't understand. All right, let's ask a question. Question. If we set the scale value to the same value, is that updating the record? Huh. So I don't understand then why the scale value is changing for the yards per rush. Oh, I didn't tell you. Did I? Maybe I did tell you. Did I talk about it all yesterday? I was referencing my acting endeavors. There's a guy who was there on Friday, Saturday, who was better than me. No, not that he was better. He just fit the part better. I think he was tomato. I mean, he is capability of acting. I think he did about the same as me, but he just fit the part better. So I told the guy who, the director guy, I said, "Look, I get it. He's better than me. He fits the part better." I said, "I'm all right if you decide to, like, take him." I mean, because he doesn't like to tell people they can't. Because in most cases, he'll let most people be part of the play. But it's like, I don't want to, if I'm not the best person for the play, I just don't worry about it. The minimum is 0. So okay, so why do I have a negative here? Because did I not just go in there and force it to be 0 minimum? Could swear I did. So it's got to be outdated. It can't have a yards per rush. How did I have zeros? or negative 0.15. That didn't make any sense. How do I have negatives? Oh, I know how I have negatives. Oh no, because the return value should not. There's something weird going on here, man. I am seeing negatives. I don't see how we get negatives. The minimum. Oh! No. No. That's supposed to be the maximum. Doink. Never mind. Now it should never be negative. In fact, everybody was getting screwed in the previous one. Everybody got a 0. Doink. I'm gonna have to dump that one. Let's go dump scale values again. Scale. Oh, Ken, you silly, silly man. What are you doing? Do you not know what the heck you're doing? Sometimes it seems that way, I will say. Scaling values. Alright, let's try that again. There's a piece here where it gets slow. It's like it stops and it's doing something. I think this is where it's counting stuff. Counting all the guys that, counting all the items that should be set. And it takes it a minute to do it. Done? All right, we're done now. Okay, so let's try that again. Because I blew it, man. I blew it. I blew it a lot. I messed it up. Ah, no. Wait, what did I do? Wait, no? Refresh. I mean, I could drop the database, but that's not great. Scaling values. I gotta drop this again, because... On the upside, if I did drop the database, it's pretty easy to rebuild. And I probably will have to drop it at some point. Oh my gosh, did I just click some weird button? Great gurgly murgly, man. There it goes. Oh, we got different stuff. Oh, it's actually doing different things now. Totally different bunch of records getting changed, which is good as I try to determine. So it's yards, I think I fixed yards per rush problem. And it is still only the second 2 of 4. It hasn't jumped to like a 3 of 4. And I expected it to go to a 2 of 4 like it's supposed to. I think we might be fixed. Well, as far as that, so yards per rush was causing me consternation, but I think it's fixed now. That means I can get rid of get rid of the set this back to false. Dang it, if I can spell false. Okay. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, so let's go review. So we only went through twice, which is all I wanted. It went through twice. We got a couple things that changed, but that's fine. As long as it didn't go through more than twice, and it doesn't seem it did. It is kind of weird though. Oh, I think, actually I don't know. I can clear this. It's not a thing. All right. So mostly I think we went through. The whole scaling value is getting updated. It's fine. All right. I don't know why it's calling it. Why are we getting multiples? It's like here it said twice. We got ints per attempt. Bunch of them. It's kind of weird the way this is updating. Because how come it didn't just show them all to me at once? It's just strange. Is it a trigger? Is it like stopping and restarting? That's not how it's supposed to work. Let's go to the service again. So we run these three guys. If length change greater than 0, scaling values updated. Val scaling value. All right, so this is going to be another question because I don't understand why we're getting multiple statements here. Yards per rush. See, run defense bonus popping up a bunch. Oh, maybe it just got changed 3 times? No, but it only exists once. Can't you explain why the message scaling values updated during scale prints multiple times? like run defense bonus. There's only one run defense bonus in the database, so why is it printing it 3 times? That's awkward. That's an odd thing. Wait, are we doing this per player? Oh. No? Oh, create system player. Oh. Oh. I think that might be where things are falling down. Oh. I know. If that's what's happening, that's the problem. Because that's going to have a significant value. It's like if a player comes in and changes it, okay, it recalculates it. But that isn't going to have any effect. He's already there. Nothing happened. The whole point is that once those ranges get pulled out, everybody gets recalculated within that new set of ranges. But now nobody's adjusting it because it's already been adjusted by whoever the min and the max were. Then we run through and everybody should be good to go. So yeah, that's a significant change. Yeah, that's a big thing right there. It's like you look at these logs and it's like it kind of feeds back. You're like, something's not right here. Somebody's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And eventually you're like, oh, the light bulb comes on and everything lines up. Let's see how everything comes out the next time. We'll see how many players get adjusted. See, I think by the way it was doing it, there was times when players wouldn't even have they weren't getting their values because there was never a min in there, and because it would only change when somebody changed, those other people weren't getting recalculated. It's only recalculating that one person. It changed, recalculate him. It changed, recalculate him. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. You're supposed to recalculate everybody after all the changes have been made. Then everybody gets their set values corrected. I think that's going to be our problem, folks. Let's go see how this works. Let's go ahead and clear this puppy. Actually, oh no, I should cancel that. Dang it! I needed to clear the. Actually, it might still be okay, but. Processing players, calculating skills, 500 players. 1,000 players. It's doing 500 at a time. It's going 500, 100, 484. Oh, a total of 14. Oh, inserting 1484. Oh, I did a 500 and then at the. Oh, okay, I see. Now it's doing skill ratings. That's huge. That's gonna. That I have a feeling that could have been the entire problem right there. So you can see that I don't always keep what AI did, because I've noticed things will run if you don't keep. I mean, if you leave it there, it's like it knows that other stuff doesn't exist. So I'm like waiting to see what happens before I say, oh, okay, we'll keep that. All right, so we know we have a second pass. There should have been at least one second pass. Scaling values updating during processing, and then we ran again. So something went weird with the ratings range, but we'll fix that. And then what do we get? Yeah, we still have. Oh, we have. What do we got here? 1484, 1484. We got a lot more people getting numbers. Not as bad a miss. Still have a few that don't. But I feel like I might have to run it one more time. This time I have to clear out the old crap, because I don't think anything was working based on the new crap. Then I still have to go through and figure out why something like big play potential still says it's only doing 418 players. It should be everybody. Because there's that, like I said, there's always a default. But I noticed we're not getting as much junk. We only got one scaling value rerun, which is what I wanted. And then it runs again. Theoretically, if I got rid of this warm-up thing, probably wouldn't even have to do. I think we'll probably get an extra run in there too. If I go, is it already still in service? Actually, I may not even have kept warm-up. Warm-up was a weird thing. Where is warm-up? I think I got rid of that. Yeah, it's not. Okay, all right, so we got rid of that. So warm-up, what it would have done was it would have just ran all the players, kind of like I did here, and then it would run this. It's kind of like it turns it into a two-step process. Run everybody, because we know it's going to be bogus, and then run them all again. And then, so it's a little bit, I mean, I guess you could do it both ways, but I still think it's weird that I have that. I got to go drop some, let's go drop these players. Drop these things again. Player stats. And then I got to go drop player pool. And we'll get rid of the old skill. What I should probably do is have the rebuild dump the scaling values to, well, yeah, I don't know. Dumping scaling values might be a problem. Drop collection. I think those are the only ones I need to drop. All right. Let it run again. It does take a couple of minutes. It does this first bit. I don't know why it logs starting create system players twice. That's kind of a weird thing. So are we getting this? Is this guy getting called 2 times? Because it's like we get it logged here. And it turns around and logs it again. Why is it doing that? Oh, I think what it is it runs through here, dumps junk, and then runs it through again. Oh, wait a minute. Is it also getting called over here? It is. Why are you doing this twice? So it does it in the main and then turns around and does it in the call. It's going in here. I don't think I need it right here. In a minute, it'll be dropping out my all the things that got updated. There's obviously still problems, but it's a lot cleaner now. Still a lot of guys that don't have some stats. So if I go to pass blocking, let's go to offensive skills. Let's close all others. I'm going to go to pass blocking. Pass blocking. Okay, so I got pass blocking right here. Whatever it's doing, oh, pass blocking and run blocking aren't going to count. Those are team stats. Yeah, it's not going to work. So those I don't care about. Run blocking has everybody pass blocking. Run blocking is there. Pass blocking is up here too. But this one, that one got all 1,484 people. Accuracy overall's getting it. Pass blocking, of course, does. Field goal accuracy overall gets it. Base conditioning is getting it. Huh. So, all right, let's go look at base conditioning. That's a general skill. There it is, base conditioning. We come in. If they have no games played. We get the scale man value. Oh, that's not right. What the heck? It's not even a valid value. Not the way I do it, man. I don't need this because I'm not doing it anywhere else. I wonder if that's going to break it. What is the second value? Availability rate, adjusted availability. What is adjusted availability rate? Adjusted availability rate considering partial credit for games played but not started, used in other skill calculations. Huh. But if they have no games played, they're going to have no adjusted availability rate. And it's probably going to be invalid because we don't have a value up here. So I got to actually create this. Get scale and value availability rate. Thank you, sir, for helping me spell. And then we're going to say get scale min value adjusted availability rate. And that means I got to do it here too. Get scale min value. Okay. So that could be part of it because it was set up differently and it was getting everything. Now, once everything is set, theoretically, these guys without games played should be getting, I should still get 1484. When I run it this time, there shouldn't even be any changes really. But who else? Let's see if I can go see. All right, so I can't use that example because, all right, let's look at, speed is one that I've been kind of messing with. I got to go, probably don't do that one yet. These pass accuracy, it's interesting that I got like pass accuracy, which is really weird because I got pass accuracy here and here, but the pass blocking, break tackle, big play potential, and kickoff strength all happened before pass accuracy 21. So it must be like doing, it must just be the way it's count. Oh, that's because it's the way it looked at it. This is just summing values. Never mind. This is not actually during processing. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to run this. Field goal accuracy overall. All right, let's go look at special teams. This is the fun of trying to pin down why things are not behaving. Debugging, yay. Field goal accuracy skill. Field goal accuracy skill. And the thing is, field goal accuracy overall. Okay. Okay, I'm confused. Where is this? Field goal accuracy skills. Oh, okay, I see. It's just, it doesn't, it just says I have 1484, but it's just the overall that got a value. Which, is the first value. Everybody got a that worked for everybody. I'm going to change this because it's kind of bugging me. Kick accuracy. Whole word. No, can't do whole word. Go. There we go. Just, it's better for my brain. I gotta do it, man. Sometimes I just can't look at something and go, why did I name it this? And then you can see it's not totally the same because now I got kick attempt and kick percent. And if I change, dang it. Oh, and then those are going to be field goal. Can we at least do case sensitivity? I'll remove it from there. Okay. You're making a PC for game development. You're asking the wrong person, man. You're making a PC for game development. Hey, Karama, how's it going, man? Hello, hello. Should I guys have... Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy, man. I really couldn't tell you. I mean, obviously, if you're doing graphics, assuming you're if you're doing graphics, yeah, probably the best. I would imagine a high-end graphics card and a decent. You get a PC with a high-end graphics card, 14,700K. Is that your color? What is 14? Your color def? I don't know what that is. Get i7 14700. Is that the processor? Well, i7 is a processor. I don't know what the 14700 is. Yeah, apparently I don't know. I don't have the answer for you, man. Just if you can afford or build whatever, the better, the better, the better, or the more powerful, the better. That's always been my go-to. I want power. Gotta have some power. Processing. I developed, my game is being developed on a Surface Pro, man. Surface Pro 8. So there you go. Goes to show what I'm using may not be the best, but it's doing the trick. I do occasionally crash though, so keep that in mind. If I suddenly disappear at any given time, it's because I bumped the cord over here and it wigged out. Dropped me. It's happened a few times. It's been working. It's been behaving pretty good lately, as long as I don't bump the cord. But I do bump the cord on occasion. I'm trying to figure out why only this one is getting a value. Is it because so we create this, run them through, but who's generating? Oh, I think that's the problem. No, I do it. I do it right here. Field goal X3 44 minor. So if we run it at all, we get down here and we create our scale min. So we have it, we create it. So when the next one comes through, we should have it. Doesn't make sense. Another scenario where something is not doing what it should do. This one doesn't have a scale min. Huh. Well, let's put that one in. Doesn't answer the problem though, as to why I'm only getting a handful of people. Like hand skill. Why is hand skill not getting people? 374 people got it, but somebody didn't. I mean, functionally and logically, I mean, it's rare that it's going to matter, but everybody should get the skills. What have I got here for hand skill? So right now I'm getting 374 people for hand skill. But you see here, if this is 0, games played, total receptions, total targets, that means these two guys don't need to be got until after we test. Oh, you know what? I think I see the problem. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I think these guys are supposed to be all true. By saying false, that's not getting logged to the database. That's what's going on. Problem solved. It's where by saying false, we're not getting logged to the database. And that is a lot of places. Dash 99, comma, true. And we're just going to do all of them. How much do you want to bet I get a bunch more 1400s now? I'm betting you. I am betting that's what happens. Oops. Drum roll, please. Oh, wait. Let's go dump the old stuff. Let's go dump this stuff. Refresh. So we got to get rid of the player pool. Drop. Player pool. And then we're going to go to player stats. Drop that. And then we will drop the scaling. Now, what happens next? All right, so we should see a lot more 1484s at the bottom. A lot less randomly numbers. So really what was happening is only the valid people were getting numbers. Now everybody should be getting numbers. But it takes a while to process this because it runs through once, setting up all the scale values. That's what you see here. Oh, look, a bunch of changed scale values. Everybody went through. Now it's got to run them again. And now it's going to run them, and all the scale values are already set. So now it gets to keep all those changes. Once it's done processing all those guys, it's going to go 500, then 1,000, say 1484 were processed. And then it'll count how many people got set for every skill. Now, in theory, it should be 1484. Well, all the players should, the number should be the same for all the skills. And any skill that doesn't have every player is not working right. So let's see if I get better as a result of setting those all to true, because I need those numbers to go into the database. Now I'm thinking the bonuses that can be 0 might not come back as being set for a lot of people, because they are actually, they have zeros and it's counting non-zeros. So I don't know how to I don't know how to tell it that's maybe I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to do that one. That one's gonna be weird. But yeah, any bonus that can be a 0 is gonna be 0, and it's gonna go, oh, there's not anybody with these values. It'll say this many people got a value, but I may have to let those ones slide. If all the other ones are good, I may have to let those ones slide. Because otherwise, I don't know how to force the zeros to show up in the count. Well, let's see here. We do have quite a few more. Well, not as many as I hoped. I mean, we do have a lot more 1484s. Run, pass, accuracy overall, field goal strength. Big play potential did not go up. Coverage awareness, only 49 players. See, some of these, I wonder if they hit, I wonder if some of these can hit 0. Because when it counts them, it won't count zeros. Yards per rush, that's expected. Break tackle. Kind of expected break tackle to be a little better. But we do now have everybody. Oh, that's a milestone right there. All my players now have defensive stats. All have offensive stats and all have general stats. That just means that everybody's getting something calculated for them on all of that. That's good. We are still missing some of these. To the knee. Oh, yeah. I do sit a lot with my leg up on the chair. I don't know why. Probably doesn't help my back any. Oh, speaking of, time for some decompression. There we go. Much better. All right, so yeah, I have to. My love. Alrighty. I guess we have to. I got a lot more of them saying 1484. So that did fix a lot of them. It did not fix all of them. Any that. Coverage awareness. Why is coverage awareness not getting a value? That's really bad. I mean, that's like 49 people. Coverage awareness is a quarterback skill, but I thought everybody had a value. Oops, dang it. Don't do that. I mean, it did. What did I do? Oh. It's QB skill, function, test. Oh, that's test. Don't care about that one. Here's the one I want. Now it's set to true. They have no passing attempts. So somebody here. So I guess it's possible I must be getting a 0. That's all I can figure. I must be getting zeros for coverage awareness. Because if in fact, I don't see how anybody's getting a 0. Because you get something for your TDs. So that this is basically a player who has no TDs, no INTs, and no passes defensed. That would be the only way they could get a 0. Is that possible? And have passing attempts? No INTs, no attempts, no passes defensed. I mean, I guess it's theoretically possible. Huh. Passes defensed per attempt. So we got TDs per attempt. What if I... What if I change this? Let them have full credit all the way to the end, and then adjust it according to the statistical modifier based on their attempts. That doesn't even seem reasonable. Who's going to have... You have to have 30 INTs. Okay, so that's weird. I think I did this weird. Let's change this. There's no way they have that many. I mean, it'd be rare. Let's change this. Now we're going to go times, and we're going to say math dot what is it? Math dot I did this so many times that I keep forgetting what I did. Math dot max. Oh, I know. Never mind. It's attempts. Passing attempts. There we go. That's what I want. And then this, I can take out all that crap. TDs, NDs. There you go. And then instead we're going to go go test dash run, and the function is test get coverage awareness dash fee. All right, so we got some testing QB coverage awareness values. Nobody's got a 0, at least not in this set. The min is 0.27. The max is 1.68. Not very high considering the value, considering that there's a max option of 3. You could get up to 3. These guys are not even, this guy's not even 1.5. Let's run another set. Let's see if I get any better options. Better people. Still only 1.6. Peyton Manning's on there, and he only got a 1.6. He was one of the better quarterbacks that year, from what from my stats. 1.6 is still, God. Maybe I'm being a little rough on some of these guys. I can't imagine they're even getting, I mean, they're getting the full games played. I know that. The games played 16, so he's not getting penalized. I'm sure he had over 30 attempts. That's not an issue either. So the problem is, yeah, I don't know what the heck, man. But I do have the 3. The best you can get, if those guys aren't getting close to 3, I mean, it is about your TDs, which TDs per attempt, which is important. I guess what the idea is, though, that if they're being scaled on 0 to 1, and these guys aren't getting very close to it, because I should probably I mean, TDs per attempt. You throw 500 passes and only have 40 TDs. What's a good value? I mean, really, I should be able to let them get pretty close to 1, but the idea is that the max person should be close to 1. That's how this is supposed to be set up. TDs per attempt. It's possible. Let me go. You know what? Let's rebuild this, because I think when I set this, my scale values might be a little broken, because I have. Let's go fix the scale values. Drop the collection. Because I changed how this is displaying, and it's quite possible that now some of these numbers are going to be completely different. A little higher. We got up to a 1.7 here. It's not much. Drew Brees is 1.6. Phillip Rivers had a 1.7. There's a 1.75 there. Who had 1.75? Oh, Drew Brees. Oh, it changed with the stats. 1.8. It's upping. The maximum is going up. Brett Favre. $1.79. Let's give myself some more view here. It did make a little bit of a difference, but not much. 1.79. Who's got that? Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's a good indicator, but 1.8. Who's got 1.8? Matt Moore? Who the heck is Matt Moore? How's he got such a high number? Drew Brees is climbing with the help of players like Matt Moore, screwing changing the skew. 1.87. Easy getting up there. It's almost broke the 2/3 of a possible score. So it is a little better, 1.87. I still don't have anybody who's getting anywhere near a 2, though. There's Peyton Manning. He's only at 1.69. Still not very high. But Drew Brees is, yeah, he had a great season. He was, I'm still on the, there's the greatest running back of all time is Barry Sanders. And statistically speaking, I don't care about Super Bowls. I mean, yes, it's great to have Super Bowl victories, but statistically speaking, Drew Brees, best quarterback ever. Just got to look at his stats. I'm talking about stats, straight up, completions, yards, touchdowns, the works, man. QB ratings. I mean, he's just got he was consistently the best quarterback. Tom Brady had a lot of what he call, what is the word? The intangibles. The things that you can't measure, but he did really well. So if you look at him that way, Tom Brady was probably the best. Maybe because he just motivated. He had magic. He cheated. Okay, I don't know. Maybe he didn't cheat, but some people think he cheated. I'm pretty sure people, a lot of people think he cheated, but I don't know if he cheated. I just think he was pretty dang good. So whatever's going on here, how did this guy get a 0? How does, I don't even know how anybody gets a 0. That means he had none of those things. He had no TDs, but he has 6 INTs. 51 at 6 INTs. 6 INTs on 51 attempts. Ouch. That's ouch. That's really bad. I mean, I guess I did allow these to be flipped on 0, and if he's the worst, he's going to be a 0. Which means someone else could come along and be worse than him at some point, and they'd get the 0. Because the coverage, the values I'm showing are the values that are generated from this. But somehow he managed to get a 0 on all 3, which is actually really hard to do. TDs per attempt. Did he have no TDs? I mean that's just really bad. He must no TDs. Yeah, no TDs, 6 INTs, and 51 attempts. Plus, he got nerfed by the fact that he only played 4 games, because he probably got benched, because that was pretty crappy. So, yeah, he actually managed. The only way you can get a 0 is to be the worst player in all 3 categories. It's the only way that happens. You'd have to get the bottom of the scaling. So it is possible. But even so, that still says, so that means everybody out there is going to end up with a 0 on their coverage awareness, which means a bunch of players don't get it because somebody hits 0. All the players out there are going to get. So because of players like Drew Stanton, everybody gets a 0 on coverage awareness. But he only had 4 games played. I feel like well, it's not adjusted until after the fact. He got the 0 before I even adjusted for his gameplay. And that's just per attempt. So it's all measured against his 51 measly attempts. And he still, that's just crap. How many passes did he have defense? Do I have that? No, I don't have that in here. I have attempts, TDs, and interceptions. And he was just really bad at passes defensed. So he had to have the most. No, the only way you could do that is if you also had the most passes defensed. And that would be impossible. How would you get, because that gets inverted. So the only way you could get a 0 is to have more passes defensed than anybody. Per attempt. Oh, per attempt. Oh, gosh. Drew Stanton, how bad are you, my friend? How many passes did you have defensed in 51 attempts? I'm just making sure my data's good. Individual passing, okay. Drew Stanton. He only played in 3 games before he got benched. Oh, yeah, I think my passes defense is a calculated value. Oh. So, all right, so passes defense is calculated off of all of the passes defense for the entire season by for that team. So, even though he played 3 games, however many, so he basically gets he's almost getting a quarter of all of passes defense, which sounds like he would being as bad as he was. So he's not getting very many, but I guess it comes down to how many passes defense did Drew Stanton have. Do I have any logs on this one? See, this is all interesting to me. I don't know why. All right, so I want to see, let's just say. Now let's just stick it down here, why not? If right logs. Coverage awareness, passing attempts. Sure, why not? I'll put it in there for now. Do I have pass? Oh, I do have passes defense. That's all I need. Dang it, go away. Let's for capital L too. I want to see how many passes he got credited for. Passes defense he got credited for. Is that the same guy? It can't be more than one, so it has to be him. Okay, who got 0 now? Oh, no, there he is. Oh, is that being blocked? Arg. Got blocked. I gotta go check out my QB skill tests. Coverage awareness. You know, I gotta get him back so I can look at his. So in general, oh, look at it. These guys are all, oh, well, that's an interesting thing. I think my passes defense is broken, people. That's why he got 0, because he's tied with everybody for the absolute worst. Passes defense doesn't work. My math problem there, the logic on that is broken. All right, so that, see, you follow those anomalies, and then you're like, here he is. But yeah, everybody's got a 0, so of course he's got the worst, because he's right there with the worst of them. So I don't know who took over for him, but I'd be willing to bet somebody was worse than him on passes defense. I don't know why. I just feel like somebody's worse than him. Now, maybe not, but he shares the whole team. So unless the quarterback that took over was the worst of passes defense, there's a good chance that he might not be the worst, in which case he'll start getting points. But I got to fix my passes defense function. Aha! There's the problem, or it's most likely the problem. So I got a function here that goes QB skills, which is right here. And then I got this function that says get team passes defense. So whatever that's doing is not working. Sum of passes thrown to all players on the team and defended by opponent. So, it's not working. So it obviously is reading player stats data, end receptions, pass defense. That's the right value, right? Individual receptions. Pass def. Aha. I think that's the problem. Poor throw, poor tones, passes defended. So I think the value here is end receptions, pass def. Let's go look to make sure though, because guessing is not going to make this easier. Punts, kicking, kick returns. Pass attempts, pass TVs, passing attempts. Passes defensed. But that's for individual defense. Oh, that's individual defense. Oh. Wait a minute. I usually take those off of the credit for the hand skill. So why? Ooh, did I do this wrong? Did I get that wrong? Passive defense is a defensive skill, but there should be an individual receptions. Because see, huh. Alright, so am I not keeping, I could have swore I had that in there. So hands does not include passes defense. Receptions, targets. Oh my gosh, did I not even include poor throws? Or hit at lines? Those are not the receiver's fault. Oh my gosh, my hand skill is broken, people. My hand skill is broken. I did not put in the other conditions that are required for me to get a good hand skill rating. I did not get the drops. Well, drops are their fault. I include that. But poor throws, which means it didn't really get to them. They were the target, but it didn't get there because the quarterback was high. Passes defensed. You know, I kind of like to give only partial credit to the receiver for those, because I mean, yeah, he should fight for it and get the ball, but it's really hard to do. And if the quarterback threw it to him and he's covered like a blanket, what can you do, man? The quarterback shouldn't have thrown it. It's not your fault if your hands didn't get to the ball. But also, yes, you should be able to fight for some of those. So I kind of like have passes defense is usually like I give them credit for partially on that. So basically what I do is I just reduce the targets by those amounts, which actually increases their hand results, how well they did. So hit it lines I subtract, poor throws I subtract, and passes defense I subtract like half of them. But for some of these guys that would be significant and it would increase their hand ratings quite a bit. So now I got to change this. I got to go put in a new, I got to add, I got to add another click up link because I got to create a new problem. This one I got to do, but I don't want to do it right now because it's distracting me from the actual problems I need to fix, the things I'm currently working on. Create a task. We're gonna go task. Update hand skill to account for poor throws. Hit it line. Hit it line and passes defense. All right. Now I have a new task. Is it in development? Nah, well, it's ready for development because I know what I need to do, and it should be a pretty easy thing to add in, but it's not. Okay, so ultimately the problem comes down to this thing is not correct. So end receptions pass. Oh, is it pass? Oh, it is pass def. Is that what that is? It is. Oh, come on, go away. Pass def. So why am I not getting any pass defs? Let's go look at my data. Player stats data. And if I can find them, because it does this, it gets this wrong a lot. End rushing. I need end receptions. In passing. Here it is, end receptions. Oh, so it's pass def with no space and a capital D. Don't know how that happened, but okay. Let's see if this fixes anything. Aha, now we got some passes defensed. And which hopefully means there could be some people getting better scores too. See, look, now I got to max up into the twos. All right, yeah, I knew something fishy. Problem solved. Even Mr. Stanton can't be that bad. 1.2. I mean, he's not good, but he's not that bad. It's only because whoever took over for him when he got benched probably did better. 1.2. Also got, who's lower than 1.2? 1.5. Ooh, 0.3967. That could be him. Yeah, but he's got a value now. That's the thing. Now he's no longer 0. That's what I'm shooting for. Means somebody did worse than him. Passes defense. So, see, he had he had passes defense 13.75. And these guys had way more, 36, 62, 25. Of course, there was some math that brought it down, so I don't know. I mean, in the end, it may have been still pretty small. He still has a pretty crappy rating, 0.397, when your top values are upwards of, was it 3? Or, 2.5 is getting up there. That's like one of the better guys. 2.5. I mean, considering the top value is what, 3? .3, 2.4, 2.6. Whoa, who's that? Is that Drew Brees? No, 2.67. That could be Drew Brees. Still. Yep, 2.67. I tell you, Drew Brees is the man. He's the man. Even in 2009, he was the man for a lot of years. Okay, problem solved. Another item is fixed. It's got all of the values I expected. It's a lot cleaner now. I'm getting some real numbers. All right. Alrighty, let's go ahead and drop my player stats again. Drop collection. And then we're going to go over to the, got to refresh this because apparently it's missing. Scaling values, drop. And we'll dump the player pool again. And we're going to go clear. I'll run it again. So let's see if at least what did I fix? Coverage awareness. Let's see if coverage awareness gets more than 20 or 30 people. See, this is why you have to do a bulk test, because I was doing like my unit tests are great that actually you look at real data and I get a feel for them. But once I start seeing that there's some weird anomalies, like there should be very few of my skills that actually have a 0 base. I mean, it shouldn't be very common, just because they all get something. For some, the bonuses, I get it. Those will have 0s because sometimes you don't get a bonus because that's just not what your guy does. But it is. What time is it? Oh, I've been at it for 2 hours, people. I way broke my time limit. Mostly because I knew my wife was going to be leaving. So I was watching YouTube, and I was watching YouTube. It was that Thomas Brush, and he interviews other indie devs. I was talking about him yesterday, and he was talking to what he says, like, when you're trying to get things done or deadline time when you're working those last few weeks, and he goes, you have to it's 5 o'clock is not Netflix time, it's keep working time. And I'm like, now I generally will keep working until 6:30ish, depends on, but there is Netflix time at night. Netflix time, TV time. I sit down with my wife and watch TV. It's because I just want to spend time with her. So we sit down and watch some shows, and then she goes to bed, and then I come downstairs and I work a little bit more. I'm trying to be better about my discipline at just being more consistent. I have days where I'm just like on. Today's been a pretty on day. I've been working pretty good throughout the day. But there are still times when I'm just like, let's play some phone games. Let's watch some YouTube. But got to clear the brain a little bit, and then I don't get nearly as much done as I should. But I really have a desire to get a demo done, but I'm not setting a date, although my goal was beginning of September. Missed. Then it's end of September. And that's looking pretty dangerous right now. I things could come together and I do it, but I'm finding there's little bits and pieces I'm still missing that are see, coverage awareness didn't do any better. Still only got 50. How do I still only get 50? Boo. So I still get some weird numbers. I think it's because there may still be zeros. I don't know how I get zeros, because even at 0.03, whatever the heck that guy had, and then I usually subtract. What is the thing I subtract? 0.02 or something. So they'd be at 1. Let's go see what my minimum. Let's go see what the minimums are. Utility. Scale value to range. Scale value to max. Get source stats. Base position. Oh, do I not have? Where the heck is get scale value min? Okay. Scale, get, scale, min value. Get, scale, min value. Oh, they're all in a function. Why are they all in a function? Why do I have a whole function just for scaling? Is it really that many things in there? Get scale max value. It is actually. Got scale max value. Scale min value, which is the one I'm looking at. All right, so. Failed to get collection. If value is negative 99, treat as a flag to return the existing min value without updating. Okay, so I go here. It's 0.01 that I dropped down, but it's the max of 0 and 0.01. So they can get a 0. But who the heck is going to get... Who has lower than... Who... Because that 0.03, if that was the min... I shouldn't have anybody less than that. So it'd be 0.02, right? 0.02 would be the value of anybody who's not in the system. Let's go look at some players. I haven't actually looked at the player pool. See, some of these guys, a lot of guys getting zeros. Don't like it. Coverage awareness, 0. Accuracy, 0. 0 means they basically have no chance of ever making the shot. And I don't want that. I just want them to be worse than the worst guy. And punt return bonus. See, I have way too many zeros. There's still I still have some skill flaws. There's something not functioning correctly about some of these. And I'm not sure what's going on. My logic is flawed. It's going to make it very difficult to get what I need if I'm not getting the correct output. And I have a lot of these are wrong. I think there's some general problems, and I don't know what they are at the moment. It just means that the guys that are getting stats, they're getting zeros. And if the guys that are getting stats are getting zeros, then that makes a min that's 0, and it makes it, flawed. So, and I'm only subtracting 0, 1. So unless my numbers, so what I could do is multiply a lot of these stats, push them up into like, you know, add 1 to all of them. Then I'd probably be guaranteed. But I think I'm working with some decimals that are getting really low. Or maybe I put a min value of on a lot of these, I put a min value that's 1 or something. And then you can't be less than 1. But I still feel like, see, this is why it might be tough to make, you know, an end of September thing, and even an end of October, because I got to get these little things ironed out, because I am too anal to get it right, to let it go. It's like, no, I refuse to let it go. I can't just say no. But that said, guys, it's been a long stream, 220. I'm going to keep working at this for a little while until my wife gets back. But I also need some dinner. So, Crossbow, thanks for stopping by. Coding Turtle, who was actually here before, so he's not here now, I'm sure. And okay, which I think was just, I don't know, scamming me. Karama, thanks for stopping by.